Hello, my name is Raul Alvarez and I'm attending the University of La Verne, majoring in leadership management. And this is my video presentation of shortage of skilled trade workers. First of all, I'd like to share the reason why I selected the University of La Verne. Living in a small town called Hollister, California, I found that many local universities did not offer what I was. However, looking back at the University of La Verne, I realized their online leadership course was able to meet my schedule and allow me to live my lifestyle. For that reason, I selected the University of La Verne for my master program. In this presentation, we are going to cover overview of the research, literature review, methodology, results and data analysis, discussions and recommendations, personal learning, inspirational quotes. The reason why I selected this subject is because of my 30 years of experience in the manufacturing field. I have also completed a formal apprenticeship program, and I have been now managing in the skilled trade for 20 years. During this period of time, I have witnessed a reduction of skilled trade talented workers applying for jobs. As a manager, I've been finding that it's been challenging to find skilled trade workers. Part of it is that the baby boomers are retiring at a rapid rate with no skilled trade workers to replace them in the manufacturing field. Furthermore, in the research from Pinchuk and Wright, skilled trade workers have been leaving the manufacturing field and seeking alternative occupations as the stress and challenges in the skilled trade has been overwhelming. Last, per Morton's research, baby boomers are retiring at a rate of 3 million per year, which have created a generation gap that have never been seen before. And for those reasons, that brings me to my research question. What are the challenges of finding skilled trade workers? Many of the applicants do not have the desired experience, nor do they have any application background in apprenticeship, which are now affecting the manufacturing field. Research question number 2 pertains more to the HR field. What planning is needed to recruit and retain skilled trade employees in the manufacturing sector? HR needs to find ways to spearhead and find approachable methods to be able to retain and keep the skilled trade workers in the field, and along working in collaboration with management, educational institutes, local and state governments to be successful. Literature review. Wright noted in his research that 53% of Americans are at the age of 45 and older in the skilled trade, with 72% of electricians being at the age of 45 and older. In the machinist field, an average of 45% are 45 and older, with 15% of the machinists 55 and older, with an overall percentage of 60% of skilled trade workers are baby boomers. In the generation gap, Capelli noted that many of the millennium generation never entered the skilled trade workforce as they prefer to enter the technical and medical fields. Educational institutes closed the vocational and industrial art classes due to work being shipped overseas. In addition, apprenticeship programs were canceled by employers due to high cost. Other reasons found was that many ignored the Congressional Budget Report of 2012, noting that skilled trade shortages were predicted in the near future. In the research for Daniel, automation has been now taking over the majority of the skilled trade worker, which has also affected the shortages. The final blow came in the 2008 and 2009 recession, in which 67% of skilled trade workers were affected by layoffs, which many did not return back to the field. The good news is, through Pearson's research, in 2014, President Obama was recommended by the Department of Labor to rebuild the skilled trade field. By doing so, $50 million was donated to the Apprenticeship USA program to restart the development of training for future skilled workers. In addition, the Trump administration contributed $100 million to rebuild the apprenticeship program, with an additional $5 million to the educational sector. However, with both presidential administration help, it will still be a challenge to regain the 20-year gap that's present in the skilled trade. Other challenges found is that the millennials have a different style when it comes to work. Millennials really don't commit to a single job as they seek high-paying jobs that will allow them to advance. Many of the millennials don't see committing to a 4 to 5 year apprenticeship program in the skilled trade. However, the United States isn't the only country facing skilled trade shortages. As noted in Manpower, 50% of Canadian skilled trade workers are approaching retirement age. In addition, Japan is facing an 81% shortage, along with India facing a 64% shortage. Methodology. In this research, it was decided to use a mixed method approach of using the survey and interview concept. A survey is a quantitative basic collection of numerical data in analyzing results, as the interview is a qualitative method that data are words based on case studies, note-taking of historical settings, as noted by Croswell. Both survey and interview was conducted at this researcher's current employer in Northern and Southern California. 38 participants completed the survey, which involved participants in Northern and Southern California, with 11 participants participating in the interview process in Northern California. The survey that was utilized was the High Performance Workplace System Scale Survey from Newman. It was distributed through SurveyMonkey, which was then sent to 50 participants, which 38 accepted the survey. As for the interview process, 11 employers were interviewed with the assistance of HR after conducting a meeting and deciding how to approach this. The interview took approximately 30 minutes to complete. As for the interview questions, 5 questions were shared with the interviewers, which were pertaining to the manufacturing field, ranging from pay, they're down to retirement and challenges. In addition to the interview questions, 14 survey questions were sent out through SurveyMonkey, with 6 core questions used in the analysis study. Results and data analysis. In this section, we will identify the challenges to the industry, focus on the reasoning of the skilled trade workers, the reasons for the reduction of skilled trade workers. The overall goal is to introduce the statistic analysis of the research questions and finding that there are any significant changes between the nominals. The descriptive analysis used in this research were the Kendall correlation, chi-square, and the Korosko-Wallace test. In the descriptive nominal variables, 3 sections that were introduced in this analysis: gender, position, and generation, which covered a wide vast employees throughout the organization. On performing the analysis using the Kendall correlation and concentrating on the 6 questions that were spoken earlier, no significant findings were found, as none presented themselves in the regression line. As for the position section, looking at the chi-square, no significant findings were also located. However, utilizing the Korosko-Wallace rank method, there was a significant finding, as the paying above wage average as a priority came with a p-factor of 0.262 versus the test and development of skilled employees that need to perform the job came with a ranking of 0.913. Survey overall results. All 6 core questions did not show any signs of significant changes, as all questions played an important role pertaining to the nominal variables. As for the Korosko-Wallace test, it did show a significant change based on its ranking, which will then help benefit the HR department in its process of seeking skilled trade workers. In the end, the Kendall correlation proved that hiring skilled trade workers is a priority and that there is difficulty in finding skilled trade qualified workers. Along with the 5 interview questions, 2 questions showed concern. Question 3 presented that there will be 30 to 50% retirement based on the next 5 years, with 90% of the interviewees agreeing. And along with that, over 45% of the interviewees agree that the company is facing a trade reduction. In summary, the analysis did show that there is a 20-year generation gap in the organization and that the organization is failing to address the skilled trade shortage, along with human resource failing to be more aggressive in seeking skilled trade workers. Discussions and recommendations. Some key factors found in this research is that 46% of manufacturing companies are still having challenges in finding skilled trade workers, along with the 53% of skilled trade baby boomers that are approaching retirement age in the next 10 to 12 years. This has now created a 20-year generation gap, and part of the reason is the failure of the educational institutes to heed the warnings in order to start back their programs. And along with that, the 67% of skilled trade workers losing their jobs in the 2008 recession also did affect. With these key findings, it's recommended that the HR department become more aggressive in seeking skilled trade workers, offering lucrative deals, signing bonuses, relocations, flexible schedules, and competitive pay will be a great start. And also within the organization, promoting cross-training and documenting the knowledge before the skilled trade workers leave the company. It also is recommended that they work with all local institutions from the educational field and work with collaboration with management in order to be successful. In summary, this research did find that there is a skilled trade shortage due to the lack of millennials entering the field. In addition, organizations failed to address the warnings. Educational institutes failed to educate in the vocational fields. Organizations reduced the number of apprenticeship programs, automation taking over the field. It is also noted by 2020, skilled trade shortages will reach 21 million. Overall, it is recommended to take a deeper dive with additional research to find more solutions to this research. Limitations of studies and future studies. This researcher recommends a more level field of participants by adding additional females and a greater breadth of generations. In addition, it is recommended to increase the number of survey participants and adding additional time when conducting the survey. It is also recommended to involve the educational institutes in both the survey and interview process. Last, it's recommended to find a more reliable survey distributor. Personal learning. First of all, I'd like to thank the staff and professors at the University of La Verne for allowing me the opportunity to obtain my master's degree in leadership management. The knowledge shared by the professors have allowed me to become a stronger, more knowledgeable leader in the manufacturing field. I have learned to be a better communicator and be diverse in my fields of trade. And along with that, I have learned to become more flexible in working in collaboration with other organizations. This has now allowed me to seek greater heights within the organization and to become more successful in the future. And for that, I thank you for the opportunity. Inspirational quotes. I would like to leave off with a quote from Colin Powell. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. This quote has allowed me to be successful at the university by keeping me motivated and focused, and I am grateful for that. I'd like to leave off thanking you for viewing my presentation and wish you all success. Good day.
We got it back. We got it back. We sold. We sold. We got it back. We got it back. We sold. We sold. We got it back. We got it back. We got it back.